So a couple of days ago, I mentioned that there was a deputy in Arkansas who had shown his children crime scene footage of a murder, where a murder had occurred. And I was supposed to come back with more information and didn't. That's because I climbed inside of a rabbit hole. You guys, if you've been around for long enough, you have to know, like, I get so deep in things sometimes, way further than I should. It's I don't know. I guess it's what allows me to do these videos, like the interest and the nosiness of it all. Unfortunately. So I'm here now to talk more about this deputy. The deputy's name is Joshua Eidelberg. Joshua Eidelberg was a deputy with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. I do not think that he is still employed by the Johnson County Sheriff's Office because the sheriff has been trying to get him decertified, along with some other deputies, which, like, that's a video for another day, right? We're just talking about Joshua Eidelberg right now, and I'm maybe mispronouncing his name. I don't know. He'll get over it. Dude's got bigger problems than someone on social media mispronouncing his name anyway. So Joshua Eidelberg is married to a woman named Carrie. What you have to know is that Josh and Carrie have a his and hers sort of situation when it comes to their family. He has kids, she has kids, they both have exes. There's so many marriages involved in all of this, so many children involved in all of this. And the reason I bring all of this up is because that's how this information came out anyway. The information about Josh Eidelberg sharing the crime scene footage came out because it came out in a divorce case, according to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. So apparently at this point in time, Josh and his ex-wife have been battling back and forth for quite a bit of time. I did notice some, like, very strange things that I want to share with you. I think it just shows the type of person that Josh is, potentially. But I can't really do that without talking also about Carrie and Carrie's children and Carrie's situation. Because there are more kids, more divorces, more just unadulterated crap going on over there on Carrie's side. And the reason I have to bring Carrie into it is because it's all tied together. So Joshua Eidelberg and his ex-wife were both divorced. They were divorced out of Sebastian County. Now, I feel like Sebastian County has been pretty patient with him, but it has also threatened him with jail. I've never seen a divorce case, and I don't read them all the time. I just read them if it's somebody that I know or a detail that I might be interested in. So I've not seen another case that had this mentioned. Maybe if it is mentioned, it doesn't have to be mentioned more than once. But in this case, it's been talked about several times. So Josh Eidelberg and his ex-wife were court ordered to not use corporal punishment on their children. I think normally it only has to be talked about once, like I just said. But in this case, once was not enough because Josh and Carrie continued to use corporal punishment on the children after they were ordered not to. And, like, why? I don't understand why. Like, feel how you want to feel about corporal punishment, right? But I don't understand how a court orders you to keep your hands off your kids, and you're like, you know what? I just can't keep my hands off of my children. I'm going to continue to do it. What is that even? I think that there is, in my opinion, allegedly, domestic violence that is going on in the home of Josh Eidelberg. So maybe that plays into things like why the video was shown. Maybe it was less of an entertainment thing and more of a scare the children, scar the children, traumatize the children sort of thing. The reason I think that domestic violence is prevalent in that home is because, from court documents that I can see pretty recently, in one of the divorce cases, it appears that Carrie physically attacked one of her children. So much so that the child had to be taken to the hospital for treatment. And then Carrie had the child committed to a mental health facility. And I'm not sure that there's anything that pisses me off quite like weaponizing mental health. I really don't. I take mental health issues very seriously, and to use committing a child, putting them in a mental health facility, it's like it's like a jail. You can't leave once you're there until they release you, right? But to use that as a punishment on a child, it makes me so livid. When I saw it, it made me livid. But not only did Carrie beat up this child, I don't know what else you want to call it. I mean, how do you injure a child so much so that they have to be taken to the hospital for treatment? But also, she attacked Josh Eidelberg. But she didn't go to jail. And I have to wonder, is this because as a cop, you don't want to be the one to call and be like, bro, my wife physically attacked me? Seeing pictures of Josh and his wife, she's very small in stature. He looks like a big man. And I have to wonder why the court has been told that these things happen. But obviously law enforcement hasn't done anything. I mean, could it be the old special treatment among brethren? Law enforcement brethren? I don't know. That sounded weird. Or is it something else? I really don't know. I can say that Carrie's children have been removed from her care, and she has been court ordered to not have contact with them. Also, there was another incident, and I can do a timeline on this if you'd like me to. I've screenshotted everything anyway, but there was another incident where Carrie took a phone away from her child because they recorded her using quote unquote inappropriate punishment. Now, what is that? I don't know. But she took away the phone, likely so they couldn't tell anybody else. Now, again, why am I talking about Carrie? I just think it goes hand in hand because on Josh Eidelberg's side, I saw in December 15th, 2023, Josh Eidelberg actually filed court documents requesting that his ex-wife undergo a hair follicle test because he said that she was behaving in such a way at a child's school event that he was convinced that she was under the influence of METH. Also, though, in those court documents, and I know that Josh didn't type them up himself, but he signed off on them. It brought up the fact that because of his position as a law enforcement officer, Josh has training in identifying people who are under the influence of METH. And that was another thing that just pushed me over the edge. So that was December 15th. 2 weeks later, he hires a new attorney, and a week after that his ex-wife is given custody of the children, and he is court ordered to not allow his children to be left alone with his wife Carrie. Now, why is that? I don't really know. Then a little bit more time goes by, and he is now at a place where he is not permitted to see his children. And if he does get to see his children, his current wife, Carrie, is not permitted to see his children at all, be in their presence. There's just so much with this case, and I'm going to talk more about the video, the case, that side of it, but I just found all of this other stuff so interesting, and I think it all just fits together. You know what I mean? So tell me what it is you think about this entire situation.